So we've got a teacher shortage, folks, all across this country and right here in our area. For example, a decade ago, we'd have about 20,000 new teachers certified. This year, just 6,000. We do not have enough humans in the pipeline. So what do? Districts are scrambling. They're getting creative. In Upper Darby, the school days, they were talking about now really interesting ideas. Maybe sending some kids to community college. The superintendent, Dr. Daniel McGarry, joins us right now with what they are doing. Thanks for coming in.
Sure, good morning.
So you have a big district, one of our largest in all of Pennsylvania.
Correct.
About how many kids and about what's some of the demographics like?
Yeah, sure. We're just under 13,000 students. Our high school, one high school with 4,000 students in it and two middle schools, 14 total schools in the district, roughly close to 1,600 English learners, over close to 2,300 special education students, students in foster care, homeless. So it's a very diverse, complicated school district.
So you have a lot of needs. We need a lot of counselors. We need a lot of support. If you have 4,000 kids in one high school, which may be one of the biggest that we have in the entire state, you just physically run out of room.
Correct.
So what was the idea with maybe having some kids go to community college?
Yeah, so dual enrollment or community college offerings has been going on for quite some time. It's not a new concept. But in Upper Darby, we started to look at some of the barriers for kids getting access to college. So we looked at the teacher staffing, the teacher crisis, and said, how many of our students who qualify, if we remove the barrier of cost, because we could not pay, we could not find a new teacher, if we covered the cost for transportation, access to the courses, and the books and materials, would be interested. And we found out that more than 300 of our students would like to pursue some community college offerings, and that became an option for us to overcome the teacher shortage. If we were unable to fill a classroom, we would use those dollars to send our students to community college.
So our Delaware County Community College, of course, is the community college right there. That's a great idea to get some people in that college mode that might be ready to do that but may not have the means, as you were saying. So who would that apply to? Maybe second half juniors and some seniors?
Yes, probably predominantly given the state qualifications for graduation. Students will meet their Chapter 4 school code graduation requirements, and students who decide not to graduate when they hit their 21 courses can remain for up to 28 to 30. And then we could decide if they want to take dual enrollment community college courses if we can't fill their teacher load at the high school. And that's second half of the year juniors and then seniors. And they can have a combination of classes either at the high school or going to the community college.
So how are we doing on teachers right now? We were down, a good number. Where are we at this minute?
Yeah, so at this point in time, and I just said this at a school board meeting the other evening, we're 96% staffed.
That sounds good.
Anybody else would say that sounds great, right? In our situation, that's still about 40 teachers short. In particular, we're short in very specific subject areas. English learners, teachers who are qualified there, special education, highly skilled elective teachers for certain math courses, business courses, technical education courses at our high school. So it doesn't sound like it's a big deal, but if you're down 10 teachers at a high school, where are those kids going to go? They have an opportunity to take classes. So thankfully, we've reached out to our teachers, and our teachers union has been great. Delaware County Community College has been great. And we're going to ask teachers if they're willing to take on additional block, meaning pick up an additional class and give up their prep. And then we're going to compensate them more than we have in the past for taking that on. Thankfully, our teachers are willing to do that this year. That's not a great long-term solution because it will continue to lead to teacher burnout. But right now, we're looking like if we can't fill a vacancy, at least another teacher is going to step up and help us out.
Specifically, how much more for taking on an extra class?
Predominantly on average, it was about $4,900 if a teacher were to do that, on average. Now we're going to move that up to close to $7,800.
That's good, about another $8,000?
Right, so at a high school, our high school teachers could pick up, if they do it, it's a semester block schedule, they could pick up close to $15,000 additional dollars.
Wow,
but
that's great.
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
So I know people hear that sounds like it's great. The ideal situation for us would have more candidates coming out and hiring a full-time teacher.
Speaking of incentives, how much is the pay? Like I know we just got a new contract, when we're trying to attract new people, what is that pay?
Yeah, I mean, for a first-year teacher, it's in the low 50s, 50-some thousand dollars a year. The problem in public education is there's steps. So you might be 14 years in education, but be on step 11. So now it's become this battle among school districts, giving years or not giving years. And there's a discrepancy. Correct.
You have a job fair today. I want to get this out there.
Sure.
What's the information for the job fair?
We are really doing something where we're putting a job fair together, going out after as many people as we can. It's not just teachers' positions, noontime cafeteria workers, crossing guards, transportation employees. So we're holding a job fair at our school this afternoon and going to hire people on the spot. to try to fill these positions.
That's great.
On-the-spot
Come with your
interviews,
resume.
Come with your resume, sit down, and we'll get you on board in our onboarding process, not just teaching positions, but any other position that we have available in the district.
I wish you the best of luck. When does school start? First day?
August 29th.
All right, we're coming right on up. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
We
it.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. And we will be right back.